Good morning, you guys. Happy Wednesday. We are late and Connor is a hot mess. He just woke up. But today is day 3 of the Goals for Growth Challenge, and so we are coming on today to do this training for you. If you are just hopping into the group and you're new here, let us know why you joined the group, if you are participating in this challenge, what you have taken out of the challenge so far. And so as we wrap up today, I would love to see you guys posting in the group, sharing with me what you've been working on behind the scenes, and we are going to talk today about taking action on your goals. And Connor's trying to type on my laptop right here. So we're kind of in like the weird corner of my house where I do my work, sitting at the kitchen table that's covered in a bunch of junk. So I might have to rearrange some things so that he's not attacking everything. Here, Bubba. So today we are talking about taking action on your goals. So if you're just watching the replay, the first day we set our goals, and these goals followed the framework of SMART goals. So SMART, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. And so you were setting goals. I can't see who's hopping on, you guys. I'm not wearing my glasses, but say hello and comment if you're here so that I can read that. So we set these goals under this framework, and what I encourage you to do is to look at your health, relationships, and finances, because these are the 3 key areas in your life that are going to talk to each other, that are really going to predict how you feel overall. So we set these goals on day 1. On day 2, yesterday, we started talking about attaching feeling to your goals and understanding why they're important to you. So your assignment yesterday, please don't write on my laptop. Your assignment yesterday was to dig into the feelings behind each of your goals and really journal out and look at what it would feel like to accomplish these goals, and to write this in a way that you were saying it has already happened. So I read out my goals to you yesterday, a couple of them, and everything was I have achieved or I have done this. So I really want you guys to start talking in this tense so that you are able to send this message to the universe that you know it's happening, you know that these things are already on their way to you, and that you are about to make them your reality. So today is all about making this happen. And the important piece to remember is that the way the law of attraction works and the way the universe works, I'm going to set Connor down, you guys. You going to get down? He might want to get back up. We don't know. The way this works is that you don't always need to know exactly how your desires are going to manifest, right? The world works in funny ways. So as long as you are sending out this message to the universe that you want this thing to come true, to happen for you, then it will. But behind that as well, you also have to be taking inspired action. So what this looks like is understanding what the steps are for you to get closer to achieving your goal. And now Connor is trying to get to the plants. So hold on a sec. No. We have some plants sitting up by the window, and he likes to crawl under the kitchen table to get to them and through the chairs so that he can grab the dirt. So that's a new fun thing that we're working on. So in your goals, you want to look at, and today we're going to break down and reverse engineer these things. You want to look at the smaller sub-tasks that are required for you to achieve whatever that goal is. So I'm going to pull mine out, which happened to be underneath this stand, so hold on. And I'm going to give you guys, just walk you through what I am going to do with my own so that you have something to work off of. So when you're reverse engineering your goals, it is important to first look at the big picture, what that goal is, and then understand that there are things that need to happen underneath that for you to get closer to it. So there's little tiny action steps, and these things can be 10 minutes, 15 minutes, a week-long project, whatever it is. So for example, let's just I'm going to grab my relationship goal, you guys. So this was, in the next 2 weeks, I will establish a time boundary to unplug every evening after 6 p.m. to focus on family time. So this is a really important piece for those of you that are entrepreneurs. It is so important to have time dedicated and boundaries around when you are going to unplug from your business. So this is a big one for me. And so let's break this down. A lot of you might be able to relate to this. You can let me know in the comments below if this is something you need to work on, and we will do this together. So in the next 2 weeks when I'm doing this, somebody wants to write on my paper. Hold on, you guys. Let's see. Let's see if we can get Connor some paper to write on. Write on that. He's learning how to draw. So in the next 2 weeks, this is going to feel so good because I am going to be more present. I'm going to have clarity. My relationship is going to improve. The way I feel as a mother will improve. Connor's about to destroy this piece of paper now. And so I have a very strong why behind this. And now when I'm looking at breaking down this goal, there are a few things that absolutely have to happen in order for me to do this. So in the evenings, I know that my smaller action steps and during the day is that I have to, 1, be really intentional with my time during the day so that I'm getting my work done before that 6 p.m. mark, right? So I'm setting myself a time limit. I know that that is my boundary. And so one of the biggest things, I'm going to try to get him his pen with my feet. Did you guys see my post the other day where I shared that I can write with my toes? Fun fact. Here you go, baby. So I know that I have that time boundary. I also know that I work really well on having visual cues. So in the evening for me, one of the tasks that I can do to set myself up for success in achieving this goal is to have a visual cue in the evening for when Shane gets home, for when it's family time, and for me, that looks like having, reminders in my kitchen. So I work in the kitchen, this is my workspace, but in the evening, it's important for me to know that when I'm starting to end my workday, I'm moving things out of the kitchen and into a different space. So a lot of times I work, he's a monkey, you guys. This is making things so difficult. In the day, I work at the kitchen counter, typically. And so in the evening, for me, I know that when I'm shutting my laptop and I'm putting it over onto the kitchen table, that is cueing me to unplug. And another thing that's really great that I love to do is to have reminders set on my phone telling me that it's time to unplug for the day. So I don't know how many of you have come up against this problem where you have your work on your phone, or you have something that you're committed to on your phone. We have the Facebook apps, we have Instagram, whatever it is that is keeping you sidetracked. So what I like to do is to have a reminder on my phone, either moving the apps off of that main screen or setting a reminder like an alert or an alarm during that time so that I know and remind myself, okay, it's the end of the workday, this is why it's important to me. So this was a really easy goal for me to break down. It's something I've been continuously implementing and trying to get better at. But we can go through, if some of you are hopping on live, hi Penny, we can go through your goals and start to break these things down. So the biggest piece is to understand that it's not just going to happen at the flip, the snap of your fingers, the flip of your fingers. So you have to look at the smaller pieces that are requiring you to do some work and do some implementing in order for you to get closer to whatever your goal is that you're setting. So let's just go through another example so that you guys really feel confident in doing this on your own. I encourage you to print out the worksheets. You can start to write these things down. It's a really great idea to break these things down into monthly, weekly, and daily increments. So for me, I use an online scheduler, a project manager that is really easy for my business. And I also have a section in that for my life and my lifestyle. So any big events go in there, doctor's appointments, whatever they are, and any projects that I am working on. So I have that broken down in my calendar where I break down the whole month, and then I break down the week by week work that I have to do, and then every single day I have a series of tasks that I know I have to get done. So when you're reverse engineering your goals, let's just say, for example, you have a financial goal in your business. Let's just say it's $500, just to pull a number out of the air. You have a $500 goal, and you know that in your business that requires for you to sign on, let's just say, 3 new customers or clients. So in this time frame, and you've set, let's just say, $500 a month, you've set this time frame for a month. You have 3 customers that you need to work with, and so underneath this goal and this clear idea of what the subtasks are, you have to break it down even more. So you have 3 people that you want to talk to, 3 people that you're going to sign on. What are you doing to build those relationships? What are you doing to share your value, to put yourself out there, to market yourself? So maybe this is posting in Facebook groups. Maybe this is getting on a phone call. Maybe this is sending out an email. Whatever it is in your business, whatever these subtasks are, and this can relate to anything in your life, you guys, you just have to be able to break it down a little bit. You have to get really clear on what your action steps are. And once you know what those are, it will be a lot easier for you to start taking action, right? Because you can't just throw spaghetti at the wall and hope that something sticks. So today, your assignment is to look at your goals, whichever ones you set, and to break them down into action steps. So I would love for you... I would love for you to share in the group what you're working on today so I can give you some support with this. And the next piece in this is to not only understand what your action steps are, but to plan them out and to have some type of accountability. I hope you can hear me over him. Have some type of accountability to keep you on track with this. So whether that is a reminder, whether that's a friend, family, a coach, we do have the membership group for those of you that aren't in there yet. We have an accountability and support group specifically for this with daily reminders. Are you the star of the show? We have daily reminders, weekly meetings, monthly mastermind calls inside the membership group. So if you feel like you need support with this even more outside of this challenge, that is $22 a month, $211 for the whole year, or you can figure out what your accountability looks like in your own life. So maybe you already have a coach or you have a close friend that you know is going to support you in your goal and push you. So that's the piece here, is that you can't just say you're going to take action on something and then not have a game plan for doing that thing, because chances are you are going to set it down, put this piece of paper somewhere, forget about it. You maybe are just brainstorming this in your head, and then something else becomes a priority, especially if you're a busy mom. Hey, Sydney. So it is easy to get distracted from your goals when something else comes up. And that is why today this key piece of breaking down the action steps and really understanding when you're going to implement this is really important. It is the key piece. So if you're not doing this step today, then this whole challenge can go right out the window, because things do not happen by themselves. Hi, Bailey. So a little tough love today, you guys, and hopefully some actionable steps that you can take. So what you are doing today, if you're just hopping on, is to break down your goal into smaller action steps. So looking at the next month, the next couple of weeks, the next couple of days, whatever your goal timeline is, and breaking that down, reverse engineering it so that you know these tiny little pieces in your day-to-day that you are going to do to get yourself closer to this goal. And then letting the rest of it take care of itself, right? So you can put in your best effort in taking action. You can make sure that your energy is high vibe and that you are really just calling this in and trusting that it's going to come to you, and let the universe do the rest. All right, you guys, this is it for today. If you need more support, post in the group. I want to see what you're working on for this challenge, and I would also love for those of you that participated to let me know how it went for you, if you have any feedback, if you have questions about anything, and I will post the link for the membership group down in the comments below. It's $22 a month or $211 for the year. It is accountability, support. It is basically what we are doing this week consistently. So every single week you will have support like this in there. You'll have a bunch of like-minded women that are crushing their goals and doing amazing things, and I would love, love, love to see you in there. So I'll post that link below, and I will see you guys inside the group. Have a beautiful rest of your week.